Hey, I decided to interview my friend from church camp that you've all heard about in my first discussion board, but I asked her a few questions and I really wanted to see how she took that whole experience.
One of my favorite memories that week would definitely be whenever everybody's, getting ready to beat the other teams, and you have to work together, and our group was definitely not the team for that. I'm sure we all liked each other, but I don't think we were all that athletic team that was going to take the win for that. What meant the most?
In that clip she's talking about, at the very end of church camp we have this mega relay race, and we all try to race to through this obstacle course, and it's actually really fun. None of us were really athletic, but we all have to work together, and there's not a single race where you have to do something yourself. Like, the whole time you're having to do something as a group, and it just really brings everyone together, and we get all close and everything. And whoever wins gets like a huge trophy.
What meant the most to you from that experience? The thing that meant the most for me from going to Fuge in 2019 was definitely how on the last day we all got together, and it was the last prayer, and it meant a lot because there were a group of kids, and they were just talking about all of the stuff that they've been through, and you don't hear that a lot. Not many people like to speak out about stuff that's happened to them, and they did. There was this guy named Robbie. He spoke about very personal stuff that's happened to him, and it takes a lot for a person, especially his type of story. It takes a lot for a person to admit what he said. And weight loss problems, suicide problems, everybody was just letting it out, and that is just something I'll always remember. You were not afraid to speak about it. Nobody was going to judge you for that, and that meant a lot. It really, really did.
Listening to everyone share their stories was so inspirational. I mean, I looked at them and I didn't think that they would go through something like that, but we all have something that we're going through, maybe some more than others, but it was absolutely insane and so life-changing.
If there's anything you took from meeting everyone in our group, what was it? It was how loving and fun and just so friendly. You can see the Lord through them sometimes, because you only know them for a week, and they're literally already like the sweetest people. They're the friendliest. They try their best to always understand where you're coming from and what your opinions are on things, and it means a lot. And another one of my favorite memories with Kirsten that week was whenever we were making bracelets for the kids. They really adore that. They really appreciate it. You can see by just looking at them that they're super happy that you're there, and it was a really great experience.
After church camp was over and we were all going home on our church buses and everything, we all went our separate ways. Somehow we just were all Snapchatting because we wanted to keep in touch, and we all ended up going to a Chick-fil-A, and I don't know how that happened, but we were in separate places and ended up going to a Chick-fil-A wherever we were headed. It was actually kind of crazy. We were just Snapchatting, and I was like, I'm at Chick-fil-A, and seriously, like 4 different people in my group were at a Chick-fil-A, and it was crazy. And when we walked into our Chick-fil-A that we were going to, we actually saw someone with the Feud shirts. We all got the same one, and we were like, oh my gosh, like, you're here, like, how? Like, we had already been driving for a while, and we saw someone from Fuge Camp, and it was actually really crazy. It was just like a sign from God. It was really cool, and I'm so lucky and blessed that I got to have that experience and that we still keep in touch, because friends like that don't really come around often, and the fact that I knew them for just a couple of days and we were that close, it just, I mean, it says everything.